streets. Rebecca, I imagine that you have been completely hammered by COVID in the last year and a half. I imagine it has not been an easy time for you, for your staff, your employees, and indeed for people who just want to come and have a drink. I imagine lockdowns have been difficult, and I imagine that you decided, you know what? We're going to do something nice for kids. We're going to do something that's nice. We're going to get people to come along. It's before Christmas. Tell us about the idea of this, where it came from. Have you done it before, for example?
So we took over on the 18th of November 2019.
Goodness
me. 123 days when we had to close for 5 months. So during that time, obviously, we came up, obviously, the first lockdown, we did a bit of renovation with what little money we had saved. Just obviously tried to do the garden, etc.
And investing in your property.
Yes, basically, yeah, that's exactly what we did. Well, we knew we had to. It had been unloved for a while, so we needed a little bit of investment. So we took it upon ourselves to do that, and it kept us occupied. Obviously, quite quickly we ran out of money because we weren't open. So I went to work at the local test site just to get a bit of money coming in. My husband was due to start his masters, so that obviously got deferred. So things weren't great, but, you know, we thought, let's keep going, let's plow on, let's plan stuff for the local community. You know, I do believe that villages and pubs, you know, they're the heart of the community. And
absolutely. And we got to keep them open.
Well, at the rate we're going, you'll be surprised how many are going to be closed next year, unfortunately. But, I mean, we did what we could. We did an Oktoberfest when we came just before we went into lockdown this time last year, which was wonderfully received, despite all the restrictions that we had, the 10 p.m. curfew, the no mixing of people, different households, 6 people outside, 2-meter distances. We still managed to do things for the local community. When we went into the November lockdown, we had a market in the marquee where we helped our suppliers because obviously they weren't supplying to people. So we sold their fruit and veg for the community if people felt nervous and apprehensive about going into supermarkets.
You're helping your community. You're saying come together at the pub,
yeah,
put a bit of your hard-earned money back into the community, help local people, help your local pub, and presumably the reindeer idea and Father Christmas was part of this.
So we had that last year because we thought, let's give a little bit of sense of normality to the children that aren't able to, you know, see grandparents or go to people or hug people. And they've really had a rubbish year, you know, as families as well. So that's what we wanted to do. And so we did it. I wasn't sure if it was going to go ahead, but we were able to do it. We pulled it off, and it was wonderfully received.
So you did this successfully last year. Then you had Father Christmas, you had the elves, and you had the reindeer.
They were wonderful. We've got a very large beer garden at the bottom of the garden. It's grassed area. There's a bit of mulch area. We cordoned it off. There was no petting. Nobody touched the reindeer. The handlers are veterinary trained. The Santa that we got was also veterinary trained from the same site. And basically, they just, you know, they all walked around, and the handlers engaged with the children, kept the dream alive, you know, saying, oh, this is actually Rudolph's brother, or his cousin. That's the reason why he's not here. You know, they only fly on such a night, and they've got to, you know,
well,
training.
I mean, the reindeer only fly on Christmas Eve. We know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kept the dream alive, and those people that had, you know, proper questions about reindeer and their health and their well-being and learning facts about them, you know, they were there to do that, and it was all very successful, all very well received. And from the video footage, if anyone wants to go and see it on any of our social media pages, you'll see that these reindeer were not distressed. They weren't in a pen. They were being walked around. They were foraging for their little food that the handlers had brought, that they'd put round the beer garden so they could go and find it in, you know, the grassed area, and it was all very lovely.
Yeah. So what happened? So, I'm just a bit tight on time, but what happened this year, Rebecca? Because I really want to know. The threat that you received and what happened.
We got the same people back in again, and this animal rights activist group, who I won't name because I don't want them to get any sort of airtime. They bombarded us with nearly 1,500 emails. And then some of the more extreme ones, we know where you live, you've been warned, we're watching you, we're going to burn the pub down if Santa and his reindeer go on as planned. And then the one that we got on Thursday, which is obviously more concerning, we're going to bomb the pub.
Wow. Did you report this to the police?
Oh, yeah, I have to say, because it's not been reported anywhere yet, but the police have been incredible with us. They genuinely have been wonderful. North Yorkshire Police have gone above and beyond. They call us to make sure we're feeling okay. You know, if there's any other updates that we need to wear, they have been wonderful with us. And I can't speak highly enough about them. I really have to get that out there because, I mean, whilst I do feel nervous and I do every noise I hear now, I'm a little bit concerned. If I see single people going into the toilets, I follow them in there after they've been to check to make sure no one's leaving anything.
Me.
I shouldn't have to do that.
Of course you shouldn't. You have a business to run. You have a life to live.
When's it going to end? I just worry, when is it, there's no accountability for these people. They can just get away by bombarding a small independent business when there's much bigger things out there to deal with at the moment, and they're stopping one tiny little business from doing it, bringing a bit of joy to the local community. And it really, really upsets me to the point where, you know, I'm not sleeping very well at the moment. My husband's not sleeping very well at the moment. It has affected our business. You know, I have had cancellations for rooms. That's already started from guests not wanting to come and stay. You know, it's affecting our business. And what do? There's no accountability for these people. They just feel that they can do whatever they want, and that's the end of it. They're going to see this as a win.
Rebecca, you've been through a horrendous time. I'm so sorry to hear what you've been through. I want everybody who's listening to this, who's anywhere near the Saddle Inn in Filford, it's 11 o'clock now as I speak to you, go there for your Sunday lunch, right?
Yeah.
If you can, buy some nice beer, go and have a nice time, talk to Rebecca and tell her she's doing a good job, because she's doing a great job. She's running a good business, which is at the heart of the community. Rebecca, I am so sorry for what has happened to you. And I hope that your business will thrive. The next time I am in Filford, I'm going to go to the Saddle Inn, and I'm going to hopefully have a nice big meal. And I'd love to stay overnight as well. And if anybody wants to book, you should, because you're running a great business. Everybody who listens to this program on a regular basis knows I'm a big animal person. I love animals. If I thought there was any sense at all that anybody was treating animals badly, I would not have you on this program. I know that you care about those reindeer, and you care about animals in general, and you care about your community, Rebecca, and I hope you do. I continue to do a great job, and may your business thrive. So thank you so much to Rebecca Eccles, landlady of the Saddle Inn in Filford in York. That is absolutely horrendous.